Hello? Okay. It is time. Godot is now partially transparent. My computer's falling apart. Something has happened. Something's definitely happened with Hyperland. Honestly, I kind of think I should maybe like run it back. I don't know how to do that, but I kind of want to because that's just weird. Why is Godot... It's supposed to be opaque. Always. Why is it not? Huh. Right there. Opaque on workspace 5. Match class Godot. It also opened on the wrong monitor. I don't... And then there's this. It's really, really laggy to open things. Or did I just not hit the button? I guess I just didn't hit the button. Now it's called org Godot engine editor. Okay. That's so weird, because I remember looking at this too yesterday, and it was... I don't think I just changed a setting. I don't think I did. But I might have. Yeah, this didn't... Alright, whatever. Hi, Yo-Yo. Just yesterday, it was Godot, and it was opaque. And then it was working with the pin, like, huh? And then it was, what? Like, wait, and then a pinned window is supposed to be thin by default. If it's the only... There's no border. What the hell is going on? Dude, I've restarted like 4 times now, and there's still like weird things keep happening. That Nintendo patent got revoked. Am I in the middle of something? What? Pin windows. Border size 1. Workspace, border size 1. So it's using the same thing, but this one just has nothing. This is workspace 5. Or 6. Is something different about a 6? No, it's just broken. Okay. It's just broken. Sure. Alright. Weird. Yeah, it doesn't have... Huh? Look, it has a thin border here, but on this workspace... I'm actually about, like, okay. This is just, like, really pissing me off. There's too many weird things that keep... There's just too many weird things. I think someone vibe coded a little bit on Hyperland. I'm really, like, getting concerned now. It's not Godot. It's gotta be something with Hyperland. Because Godot is the same exact binary that it's been this whole time. I had a rule for thin borders on Workspace 5 for apparently months. and it just started working yesterday. The thin borders, and it shocked me because I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, I didn't know I had thin borders in this way. Number 6, for some reason, turns off borders if there's a non-pinned single window. Applications are no longer able to start up full screen. They're also no longer able to start up as like a floating window. Even games that I'm playing now, they look like this when they open. They all start like this so they're like just here, right? And they're like semi-transparent. Godot was just semi-transparent because the class is different now, which I don't know how this. I don't understand that. This is the same binary. It's like this is my custom build. This was built 8 days ago, and today is the first time that it's like Hyperland's fucked up. Something's weird. Something's weird. Something's weird. I gotta stop thinking about it. All right. Also, it's just been really slow today. I don't understand why. I probably should have restarted the computer again. Check Wayland's pull request. What? Alright, I wrote this off camera yesterday. I need to not think about it. It's not relevant. It's irrelevant. But it's making me a little bit upset. Alright. So I've got this. This is my idea. Current position of the leg is a flat, so projected, or I slide out the top, the up vector of the body. Attachment to leg and attachment to target. And I measure the angle between those two. All right, let's start there. Why is there no highlighting? Step target. Yeah, so next step target is gonna be my attachment. Attachment point is relative to the body. So I can do, if I want to get this relative to the body, end minus start, it would be this minus is global. I need this relative to the body, so I could do, I guess I just do state transform inverse, right? This is relative to body. This is relative to body. I know a vector relative to body. This is my next step target. Then I have the step target. Not doing deltas like this. I'm just going to delete that for now. And also, I will say today's probably not going to be a good day. I went to bed kind of early. Slightly earlier than I have the past few days. And I was rewarded by waking up at like 3:30 a.m. And I was unable to fall asleep for like an hour and a half. I just laid in bed. Unable to sleep. I was definitely tired, but I just couldn't. I could not. Quietly updates No Man's Sky. Hey, everyone. Step target. Should I have... Wait, I forgot. I don't know why I was scrolling up. Step target. So if we are stepping... Alright, so here's what I do. I do... Have my target position. I'm treating it like it's a... Oh. I have to do two things. For the rotation, I have to flatten both vectors, which technically my angle 2 method is pretty good. Because I can give it a vector to slide out, essentially. Which is going to be what I want. Did it have a mistake, though? Don't even use it here. What? That was angle underscore 2. Yeah, okay. The Xenos update feels like it was planned. I don't know anything about that stuff. I've played it, I've like got back into it a couple times. I got back into it, I mean like I'd play it once in a while. I know that a big part of the gameplay right now seems to be doing stuff with those guys in the I forget what it's called. That like big sphere, I don't know. Someone had a pet that was like larger than like 2 ships put together once. I don't even know how they did that, because I got a pet that was also like really large, but when I spawn it, it like knows that it's too large and it scales it down. Yeah. What is that? What is that called? Oh, I need to lock in a bit. Get in the game like you guys had the good stuff. I don't know. I will say No Man's Sky seems decent in the way that you don't... It doesn't seem like there's a bad time to start playing it. Some other games like that, if you start playing it late, you've probably missed a lot of things. That game doesn't seem like it. They're not like overwriting original content or making them irrelevant or like less efficient or something. Okay, if we are walking, the goal here is to, I guess I just take 2 of these. Well, I don't need to, because I just have the vectors, and if I do the signed angle 2, it'll give me the right thing, and then I can do that rotation. The anomaly, right? We'll be back. All right. Enjoy your food. Right, I need this one first. I need... a step... I'll just call it step current. It will be... target is relative to the leg. So I will do... I will do... Wow. I need the vector pointing to the target position. So to start with this over the attachment point. Dude, this is... I think I have like... I think my brain is broken or something. This is just too many days with like stupid inability to do very basic things. This is probably like the 5th day in a row I've tried to like literally just write like 10 lines of code. Man. Attachment point to target position. Target position is relative to my transform. I need to get it in terms of the body transform. So I could do... I mean, I guess I can do... I think if I did my transform times that one, do I get the right location? I guess so, right? Okay. And now I want to do... when viewed from the side specified by the axis. So if I say the up axis, I'm looking down. And it's a counterclockwise rotation from that. So 2 step current to this one. So if I do that rotation on the axis, it's step target. Yep. And then I want my version. Because there's a relative to the body already, I should just pass in vector up, and then that was one part. The rotation should happen by taking the current leg speed in meters per second over the length of the 90-degree arc with the radius of the rest position of the leg. I might even say like a 60-degree rotation of the leg. 90 degree seems most right. Essentially, I want something that's close to like what the normal step will be doing. I guess what I could do is possibly print this out the first go. I'm gonna delete all of this. Also, I think I realized what multiplied by the step delta was supposed to do. It was supposed to increase the speed for longer steps. So if I had a short step, I would pace that over some length of time. Because it's like, you know, 10 centimeters, let's like make that our speed, sort of. I don't know if I should do that, though. I don't think I should do that. Alright. Well, I want to see what the first one is. It shouldn't. I was going to say it shouldn't. There's an error printing every time. The vector must be normalized. Oh. Oh wait, both these vectors have to be normalized? Or does step target only have to be... What? Why do these have to be normalized? I don't know about that. If any of these are not normalized, it's a problem. Okay. Why? The axis should be normalized, but I don't think any of these should be normalized. Yeah, only the axis needs to be normalized. Why did I do that? There's no reason for these to be normalized. Oh, slide. Okay, never mind. Slide requires the input to be normalized. Wait, no, that's just the axis. Yeah, alright, that's stupid. None of that's necessary. That's just my fault. Well, today's a compile day. I made it a 5. You know what I'd like to do? Is this the last thing that I added? Nope. Can I modify specific commit? Ah. Remove. Um. All right. Oh, you know what's possible? I'm looking right at it right now. Yeah, there it is. Okay. It needed to recompile the Windows stuff, is what the problem was. I think this is exactly what it was. It might be recompiling everything. Okay, yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it's going to recompile literally everything. I'm trying to see if anything... Yeah, okay. I think that might be why it's having issue. It is caused by the update to the windowing stuff. But I think it's possible the next time I launch Godot, like all the weird window stuff is gonna be fixed. There might be some like API call or like the something changed in the API. Or like the function signatures or something. So that's why Overwatch and Godot can't open Windows correctly. That's my thinking. But it is recompiling everything. Which is odd. Yeah, weird. It's doing everything. I guess there's just enough stuff on the background that changed. That it's essentially having to do a full recompile now. That's my bad. Or just all the cache files are gone, and so it has to do a full one. But literally the first thing I saw was all the way back. Okay, it can't see it anymore, but it was there. It was like window related stuff. But all this is weird. This is like too much, I think, that's being changed. If it was just that changing. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna find out if this is copyrighted or not. I'll turn it up louder so I can be sure Twitch, it'll be detected if it is. Whoa. Core? What? What? How is it doing? How is it doing this last? This should like literally have been the very first thing it compiled actually. Before it did servers and scene. Yeah, so apparently all of that ran without array somehow. Apparently it compiled all of that without array. That's kind of crazy. Actually, without like vectors, without rect2, it did all the GUI stuff without a rect2. Yeah, I don't, whatever. That's kind of crazy. How does that work? I guess if it's only in the header files? Alright, maybe I just don't understand C++ at all. Right, I was going to start a timer. I forgot immediately. I do that like so many times. I'll pick up my phone to do something and then somehow I instantly forget what I'm doing. And I just set it back down without doing anything. No, that should be 18 minutes. Okay. Alright, yeah, what if it all is fine now and the windows are working again? If it could ever finish linking. Also, am I sure that it's actually doing it correctly too? Plan a game. Yeah, I had to fix that. Edge coloring? What kind of math are they doing here? Alright. Yes, that didn't work. It didn't put it where it was supposed to put it. Let me see if I can make that work. Yeah, workspace 5. Class. Okay. So what was your... Maybe I should just do initial title? Initial title does not exist. Is it like that? Okay. Let me see this again. Also didn't float it anyway, so it was already wrong. Okay, so it's still broken. Okay. Whatever. All right. Okay, so now I don't have the requirement for this to be just go away. Yeah, I don't understand how it's taking a step right now because it's not taking a step right now. Okay, I'm just gonna take that off then. Okay. That's a very large angle. Step, that's going up. That's not right. Okay. Is it like, okay. Let me see if this is even correct. So for what leg? Okay, that looks right. And then attachment point. Wait, no, that's not right. No, because this should be relative to the body. Huh? Well, what is... Oh. Yeah. Okay. Target bone position is relative to the body. No, target, that is, a global position. Okay. Just that, I guess. So the Y should be like 0. All right, cool. That looks correct to me. Step current. It's that's still up. Oh, wait. Right. Right. Wow. I just straight up can't talk anymore either. Okay. I was saying wait and right at the same time. If it's end minus start, this needs to be at the end. Step. All right, that looks good. It's down. It's a vector that points down. And then I have step target. Should look like about the same thing. Either step target, step current. Here they're both pointing about down. Alright. That looks good to me. So then I have the angle. Okay. So now, how much rotation should happen at taking the leg speed in meters per second over the length of a 90-degree arc with a radius of the rest position of the leg? Okay, so arc length. Well, since it's 90 degrees, I know that it's it'll just be a quarter of the circumference of the circle defined by the radius. So if I take from the attachment point to the rest position, which I think is saved, cached. Okay, so I have the rest position relative to the leg. Let me see where I use that. Target global rest, global transform, right? It has to be relative to that. Okay. Did I say? Oh yeah, it is. What is this? point. Target rest position relative to the leg. Right, okay. Um, I guess I do like a step. Maybe I can call it like rest length, or like yeah, rest. No. A turn rate? Jeez. I need the radius. I need the quarter, circumference, radius. Take the leg speed over that value. Multiply by pi over 2 to get the rotation. Okay. Quarter pi 2 pi r gets me the full circumference. So I could just do pi r times half. 1/2 pi r. I guess I call this step. I'll just call it step radians. Then I set it up here. I'll call it a step sweep length. So it is, I take the vector of I should already have body at this point, yeah. Okay, so I get it relative to that. There. So this is that vector. And then if I do I need to slide out the up, and I take the length of that. So this is the radius, and then I do pi if it's a quarter, the circumference is 2 pi r. getting half. Would be pi r, and then getting half again would be that. Okay. So now the length of a quarter circle of this vector, or this, yeah. And then I do leg speed over this, and then multiply that by 2 pi over 2. Half pi. Okay. Leg speed. Multiply by pi over 2. Step current will be equal to step current rotated on vector up using the smaller value between the angle and leg speed over step sweep times pi times 0.5. Okay. And then I interpolate the length of this to match oh. No, that's right. Step target. Yes. And then well, if, what is it called? Step. Leg swing amount. If it's approximately 0, I do something very simple. I will just interpolate it linearly. I can actually skip a lot of this. There'll be an else. I'll do that. But I still do this. I think, yeah, I think what I do for step target is I kind of just leave it like this. Though it will be local. Yeah, so it'll still be local. A global multiplied by the body's inverse transform. So now it's relative in space to the body. Yeah, still want that. Okay. But here, I would say I can do step target. I should not change step target. I'll do do that? Okay. I'll do... Maybe I don't need to do that. No, because I do have to do... I have to interpolate the length as well. Whoa, I lost a lot of frames. Am I still... What, I can't do math anymore. I'm actually just totally cooked. What is that? I lost like a minute? Okay. Tough. I gotta like mention this. This is like I am just so... I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. I'm not like chained to my desk all day. I'm exercising, I'm eating kind of the same food I've been eating for a long time. And that's good food. I'm getting rest. I'm just... Gosh, I'm falling apart. Okay, so I have local target, I have the angle, I rotate it, and then I interpolate the length. The length interpolation... The length needs to not... worry about the height. Essentially, I'm just taking this vector and I'm spinning it towards it. And then, but there is like the down and the whatever, so... Now that I had the delta in there, but I mean, I feel like that's just not... I can bring it back again. I just think it wasn't really right. The angle, rotated, leg speed. So this is the rate that I rotate at. Right, this has to be multiplied by the state step. So this becomes a per second thing. The length, though, is strange. I think, how do I do that without messing with that, like... I mean, I don't know, maybe I do. Maybe I do just always. The difference here is what I'm also doing is that if it's lifted, I'm also doing that. So the sweep, okay, well, because of the sweep, I'm kind of like cutting out that any of the rise. But I want to interpolate the length as if I'm looking straight down from it. So I guess what I can do is I can take out the vertical components, interpolate that length, and then add them back. I guess that works. This is, I say, oh yeah, I guess it's just this, right? And then local target, I can just slide that out. But I guess I should save this first. No, I don't need to do that. I can just take it out right now. And now I want to change the length of vertical of step current to match local target. How is there a way I can do this without taking the length of both vectors, normalizing them, or at least of step current without taking the length, then normalizing it, and then making that length move towards the other one's length? I don't know if there's a way to do that. I think if either of these two vectors are nearly 0, well, what does this do if they're close to 0? If either one of these is 0, then it returns 0. Okay. Which I guess is fine, because then I would just do no rotation. But I guess I can check here. So I can kind of skip this call, if it won't even matter. Right. Okay. There's something here if any of these are zeros at this point. Like if the angle was 0, then that means yeah, then that means these. Okay. So I also only do this. All right, let me make it more like this. If the angle turns out to be 0, then that means they're already matched. So I'm only doing a length change, but it could also mean that one of them is 0 on that projection. Okay, so I'll leave that because that's not necessarily true. There is some rotation here. But essentially what I mean is the length of one of these could be 0. I'm dropping. It's dropping again. Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's just really bad. Okay, I'm gonna ignore it and I'm just gonna keep going. Even though the internet is, like, dying. Okay. I don't know, it's really... I mean, the 160p still looks good. Somehow enough data is getting sent over for that. Oh, it stopped. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, because what I'm thinking I'm doing here is I now need to normalize this. But I guess I only have to normalize it if it's... Yeah, I guess I only have to do that if it's non-zero. So I say if not... It feels like weird stuff is happening, but I guess it's probably fine. So if the current length is not 0, then I will be doing something. A lot of this does seem like kind of fall apart if there's no rotation and it's just like a slide into a point that's like right underneath the attachment point. Which kind of sucks. This won't happen. Well, not that this won't happen, but if we're not 0, then I do... Yeah, I would do step... current length. And then I do current length. with this delta. So I guess I just say leg speed times state step. And then I guess I actually just do this. Suspend normalize, and I just multiply it out to that. Okay. So this covers the rotation and the length. And now I have... And then I need to add back. Not quite yet. If I have... if the swing amount is less than 1, now I need to do some kind of interpolation. So the idea is I create the plane using one of the endpoints in the normal, created by crossing the vector pointing from the current to the target and the up vector. So let me review my right-hand rule. I guess I had that wrong for a while. Yeah, okay. Got it. And then I interpolate the length of that to... Or, well, yeah, I interpolate that point to... though the vectors are pointing out from like the attachment point, they're also just represented as points in space. So I have my new point here, which is what step current currently is. Step current currently is. And then I need to interpolate that back to some point on this plane. So from the normal, which will be taking... these could also overlap. It'll be the local target. Well, I'd like to add this stuff back in there so that any... how, can it... How does this fail? I want to see how this fails. A normal and a point, and then 3 points. Oh, cool. Oh, there they are. Okay. right. So they take 0.1 or 0.3 to 0.1. Cross that with 0.2 to 0.1. Okay, I guess I shouldn't do that. I was gonna say I could give 3 points, but yeah, I don't want to do that. Oh no, the plane... No, the plane actually doesn't matter. Okay, never mind. The orientation of that normal doesn't actually matter. I just need to have a normal. So I'll just say I don't need... I don't have to do it like that. I can just give it the 3 points. I'll do this. So I would have... add that back to it, and then I have local target, and then I will do well, not really. Like, I can make it with just this, so I'll just do that. It'll be crossing... no, it will be... Okay. Cross with that. Hey, Penta. What game are you making? I am making a first-person shooter with robots. I'm working on making the legs move in a better way right now. I'm not feeling too well. Cross with that, normalize. And then I can say this and where step currently is. I'll actually say that instead. So it's in the feed that I'm going to say hello. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Linear plane. So I'm going to take the point on this plane that maps to... Oh, wait a second. No, this was wrong. I need this before I do that.
Infected.
Oh, thanks for the gifted sub, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. R1 has been infected. I need this original point before I do that. I guess I just do that. And then if I'm using it, is it already being flat? Does that matter? Probably not then. As long as this one is. Totally not jealous. Yeah. Unlucky. I'm trying. It's like I get like maybe 30 seconds of maybe 10 seconds of a continuous thought that I can have right now. Man. Dude, I wonder if I have a brain-eating amoeba. I'm actually like losing brain cells. Yeah, what am I doing? I'm interpolating from step current. Oh, my voice is going. Okay. From step current to this plane, the point on this plane, which is created by this. There's a plane. And now I have linear point. We'll take linear plane, project, step current, and then I do 1 minus the like swing amount interpolation between those two. So then I do step current, does this have like a, yeah, interpolates to this. You know, I just wondered, should I actually use signed or spherical interpolation? Would that make this a bit easier? Instead of doing the length and no, because that only gets me like a smooth angle. Interpolate to linear points. And then this is, so if this were to be 1, then it would be all the way there. So actually I do a linear point. No. Yeah, because this would be like near 0. So yeah, I say leg swing amount. That's right. Okay. At nearly 1, this will be nearly 0 for a small interpolation. Okay. So I do all that. If the leg swing amount, can any of this... These could be on the same point, which means this would be a 0 vector. Crossing with that, I think, gets you also 0. Return 0 if it's that. Could guys with the input vector length is near 0. Okay, so I'll say this. If this is not true, then I can do all that. Do I have to... It looks like I do because this doesn't... This is a set. Yeah, I have to give it. Which is weird because it seems like you can provide it a normal that is not normalized. Why? That's really strange. Or does it? No, it wouldn't call set normal. Because this is written to just... Unless there's some way that the constructor works where it will. Does some like custom functionality? I don't know. Alright, but anyway, if I don't get the normal, then I won't do that. I'll just let it do whatever it's doing right now. And then I need to add back in that vertical component at the end of this. So I've rotated it. I've interpolated the length. Yeah, this is always just by that. So it'll try to stay on a straighter line. I don't need delta timing there. Delta timing there. Delta timing here. So now at this point, from this top down, the vectors are lined up and the same length, supposedly. Then I need to... I guess I won't have any step up for now. But then I say step current. I've now updated it. Otherwise I just do the normal move. So step current is now relative to the body, and to translate this position now into being relative to my transform. So I could do, I guess I do state transform times step current. So this brings it into global space, and then I would do global transform inverse like so. But this will never move it up or down. Okay, so I guess I do need something to move it up and down at this point. So let's say... Step current is a point relative to... Oh, wait a second. Hang on. No, step current is a vector from the attachment point. So I have to add the attachment point. Okay. To add that back. This needs to be step target minus... Wait, step current equals step... Hang on. step current point. Okay. Step target is relative to the body. Good. Step or current point is also relative to the body. Good. Move it towards that. Good. If it is 0, I just do a straight line. And then I think if the angle I need to somehow lift and lower it. So I guess I can say if the angle is less than some value. No, I want that to be, what have I said? I think I said I may want it to be where it lifts and then it starts turning. But I also would like it to just lift and turn. As like a smooth step. It's also the case that if it's like stepping down some surface, that should be included. So it should also move down. Yeah, I'm not moving. I don't know, maybe this is maybe what I do is I interpolate the vertical component as well, separately. So from the side, I'm moving step current down or up towards where it needs to go. I have said that I can save the... Yeah, I have said that I can still do the delta thing, where I track the angle between the two. I guess I'll do that. I guess I'll say step step angle delta. And I can write that but then I have to do 2 angles, which I don't really want to do. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, how do I lift? Right, I said I would be using the delta somehow. don't have it at all. I just moved a space somewhere or something. How do I do lift? I thought I would just have maybe a floating value. Yeah, I think that's what I do, right? I have a floating value that I calculate and say, all right, given our current angle, given our total change in angle, this is where our height should be right now. So move the height to that value. I think that's what I say. Yeah, so it is kind of like I have this vertical component, and I'll move it towards this one. So I'll say well, I guess I don't really need that. I do have local... okay, step target, let me get this again, is relative to the body. Current point is relative to the body. Okay. So at the end of all of this, then I can say, alright, let's move this point to some point above or below it. Right. But this one doesn't include that actual change in height as it goes down. Well, I guess this one does rotate it with that vertical component in. Something if it's like going up, it needs to, well, how do I do that? I could get that height change by drawing the plane that is... Yeah, right. Yeah, if I cross it with the right vector or the either one, right or left, I get a plane that sits along there and pretty much encodes that height change. And then I can, as I do that rotation, I take that as like that initial height, and then I do plus or minus from that point, and I move that point to that desired height. Right. Yeah. Okay. Call this the lift plane. it will be from step target, current point, cross, doesn't matter which one. Then I can say, is it like that? Say normal. Yeah. It's not nearly 0. And I'll do step target is on that plane. Ooh. Does this have the effect? If I'm thinking about it like being at a sharp angle like this, and I move the point up, or like this, I would shift it up a lot, and then I would, so would it do like that? Like this, like, backwards motion? I probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, I probably really shouldn't interrupt it like that. This is just getting that point on the plane, and then I lift up from there. Yeah. So at least in a straight line. Well, I could draw it as like a line out from there, as like the rise, and then I bring it back to that vertical plane. So if it's like out here, it'll come back and be like a short rise. Is that right? Yeah, it's probably not right. Because if it's also delta'd, if it's delta'd, it could look like this. Like it'd move forward a little bit, not really rising much, and then it rises a lot, and then it falls down. It'd have like a weird shape to it. You don't want to do that. I just want to get that point and then draw straight up from that point. This is my base height that I want to start from, and then I add or subtract from there, depending on my progress, I guess. Right, so, no, because I want to shift it down. Oh, this is strange. What I'm really looking for is this line, and then I want to project straight down. But if I do actual normal plane projection, instead of this point going straight down, it'll go like at a diagonal to it, which I don't want to do that. Weird. Alright, I'm gonna go and do... I'm gonna grab food, take the dog out, stuff. I'll be back with food. I'm back. There goes another 10,000 frames to the internet. Can I hear myself? Yes. Okay. React? Question mark. I have not looked at the videos you sent me. I will look at those. Here. What is this? Oh, let's put it there. Whoops. Are you there, Helia? Are you present? Player one. Should turn that on. Artificial Detective. Official extended reveal trailer. That looks interesting. Yeah, I'd like to wait for Yulia, since this is something that he said. He might show up soon. Her? Hello. All right. First person 2D side scroller. Okay.
For centuries, this temple has concealed a secret.
One second.
The frescoes are not frozen. For centuries, this temple
looks
has
cool.
concealed a secret. The frescoes are not frozen. Here, ancient walls come alive.
There's a section in Mario Galaxy, or is it Mario Odyssey? There's a couple sections where they go to this 2D thing. This does look pretty cool. But why fresco? Which language is that? I'm sure it means painting. Can I? It just says Spanish. I mean, I thought it was Italian, but it says Spanish. Which is either way, that's weird to me. Why do they choose that? Spanish or Italian, and it's just super like Egyptian. Listen to the beginning again.
For centuries, this temple has concealed a secret. The frescoes are not frozen.
I can't tell. The player could. I mean, maybe. It doesn't sound. I don't hear it. Okay, that's neat. How long is this? Okay. I want to see what this is. Does that work if I do that and then do this? Does it stay? Cool. All right. YouTube needs to fix this one day. They eventually need to fix this because it thinks that I'm... It's just... It's so weird.
For centuries,
And it's
this
gone.
temple
Introducing
Oh, look, it's in the right order now. Okay.
No Man's Sky, Xeno Arena. Find, train, and battle your pets for the ultimate
This-
rewards.
This is Pokemon, isn't it?
Assemble your team. And discover new Xeno species with rare abilities. Complete your pet log. Genetically modify your eggs.
Why are they talking like this?
And battle with friends.
This is actually like
Together, your
Nintendo
bond can overcome
family-friendly
anything.
voiceover.
Take on daily challenges in the arena. Journey across the galaxy and face new competitors. Battle together and reach for the stars in Xeno Arena. The No Man's Sky journey continues.
There's got to be a comment about that, right? They actually got the... Hmm. That's funny. I just want to see what this is. This is... I really hope it's what I think this is. I really hope. I really hope they're like... Talk to an AI. I really hope that's what this is.
Just take care of your little freaking robo-zoo and let me do my thing. All of humanity has disappeared. Sound like the biggest missing persons case in the history of the world? Yeah, thank God I'm on the job. Artificial Detective 2846. Best detective in the...
It's eating food. Where does the food go? Where does it go? Where does it go? Where does it go after it eats this? I was about to type that. Where's the food going?
4 detective in the world. Only detective in the world. The point is this, all right? I'm gonna solve this case. There's just one piece in the puzzle that's driving me crazy. No touching. You got your toy? These are my toys. I'm a detective, not a babysitter, all right? I need evidence. I am a detective.
Oh, okay. Deer did not make it. The deer did not make it.
What the f...
What? What? Wait, what? Where is that robot dog? That dog is not in this trailer, in this car. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Apparently it's there. Okay, that's crazy. Why are they exploding?
Hold on, kid!
Not really Xbox, if they're doing all platforms. Okay. It looks interesting. Kind of Wall-E-like.
I got you.
They said that they're the only person on the planet, plus the child. And understanding. Oh yeah. Yeah. Close enough. Welcome back, Connor. Okay. The reason I thought of it being something else was there are a couple like detective games where you are talking to chatbots and they're just so silly and they did not do a good job of railroading the conversations. I was hoping it might be like that. I was kind of hoping that would be like IGN has that game. IGN is publishing a trailer for a game like that. Then again, that premise, that's, you know what? I don't think that's the point of it. IGN's become questionable with user reviews. They have some really crazy trailers that they put up on their official channel. Like, if I were running IGN, I would be embarrassed at some of the trailers that they actually post. Wait a second, that said extended trailer too. Right? That said extended trailer? It still feels like I'm missing half of it. But also, I think that whole trailer was just made to look cool. It was not actually... And it also kind of looks like the game was made to look cool. Possibly one of those things that you play it and you just turn off your brain and you just try to enjoy it without thinking too hard about what's going on. A time travel medieval game. Maybe. But not really. Do you actually travel through time, or is it just like medieval but they have like future technology? I mean, maybe. The game got delayed indefinitely. Okay. I'm hopeless. I cannot remember literally everything. All right, I gotta leave. I gotta leave a room. If I don't remember it, then, you know, maybe that's a sign. You know, maybe there's some connection between me not remembering it and it being delayed. I mean, yeah, I could believe I've seen this. But also, like... Tiny build? What? Hmm. There's two. Potion craft, okay. How do they Hitchhiker? Okay. Are they like playing number games? They actually do have some good games, but most of these I've literally never seen before. And their logo just hit me because I remember seeing that logo on like Newgrounds or something. I think it was the first time I saw it. Oh, No Time to Explain? Yeah. Yeah, it's like literally a Newgrounds game. Okay. Cool. Sound like a studio that would make Flash games? I mean, pretty sure that's what this was. Pretty sure No Time to Explain was a Newgrounds Flash game. And then they got Hello Neighbor. I guess I'll count Guts and Glory because I did see someone play that. Crazy. Okay. I will be right back. Party Hard has a sequel. Yeah, I'll be right back. and back. All right. Okay. I will be going for a little bit over an hour. So I'll be stopping early. Okay. I should probably start a timer for that. Also, if this is relative to the body, what I thought was I don't really need the plane. I just know the line, and it's essentially just a slope that I can solve for, and then I just obtain that y value from the slope given an offset. So I take the though, I mean, yeah, I think I take oh man. Hang on. So yeah, I just need that y value. But there is the case where we're stepping like this, right? So I can't just flatten it because the step could be like a very straight line. So what I should do is just take pretty much the change in y at all over that length of this vector, pointing from where we are now to where we want to go. Do I... current point relative to body, target relative to body. I should probably have these be the same. So state transform inverse instead of using body. Let me check where I use that, because I should be consistent if I have state. Body global basis. So I should do, instead I should say state transform basis inverse state transform basis. How long has that been commented out? May as well, I guess. Alright, cool. That's it. Alright, consistent. Okay. Um. Okay. Never mind. I think I'm not really doing it like that. I think I'm just doing... Where am I right now? As far as progress goes, and where should I be on the height? I was saying to trace that line, but that's not really the case, because that line is always moving along with where my leg currently is. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I just need that, like, progress thing. So, the step angle delta, right? I have that. I don't like it because I need to compute it twice. Which is a bit annoying. Because I'm always calculating. I'm doing signed angle 2 right here. Using this. Is there a way I can do this where I only calculate that one time? I'm only calculating a sine angle to... Not really. I just have to do it twice. So I have step target, and then I will get step target minus that is a local target. Sine angle 2. Current point is this. Target global position. I think I actually need to move this up. Yeah, I think that needs to move up before this. So I can have that. Now, calculate initial delta. So I calculate it when I take the first, when I start the step, and then I will update it as my target changes. And as, well, as my leg moves, the delta won't change. Or, well, it will. No. Yeah, I'm either increasing the angle or decreasing the angle. But yeah, there's also the case where I'm stepping out like that. So it actually doesn't work. I mean, alright, I think the delta is just that distance from where I am to where I'm trying to go. And that length can either increase or decrease depending on what's happening. So it's not going to be an angle delta. I need a pure distance. So just back to step delta. And this is right relative to the body. Target this This point, I'm just gonna... I'll just write it again. Right. But before I do this, I need to know the change this has made. So I need to know the difference between step target and next step target. And I have to do some kind of... Well, no, I think I just take... Because this can... I'm saying that this could move to a very different point. I could say if the two vectors are well aligned, then I'm just increasing or decreasing. But otherwise... Like if it teleports or something and the angle changes dramatically, then I could essentially say like I start a new step. Maybe what I do is I remember the first point. Okay. I think I should not do that. I should instead raise to what I'm trying to go to, and when I'm at my angle, though I can't say that actually because the angle could still just be a step like this, so the angle wouldn't look like anything happening. Yeah, okay. I think I'm just moving the height towards my step height while I'm in motion. And then once I am over the top of my target, then I drop. I'll just do that. So there won't be any delta now. No delta. It will just be rise until we reach it, and then fall. So yeah, essentially I'm just looking to see if the yeah. If the X and Z coordinates are about the same. So this will be after the movement, so the body is static, and then I move it, and then they overlap. Yeah. So if is equal approx, is, I think I'm looking at step current, right? Yeah, I'm comparing step current to step target. Step current subtract, or is equal to current point, and then at the end add the vertical component, and then I think I need to add the attachment point no matter what. Yeah. So here I would say step do that. This drops out. These are both relative to the attachment points, so they're aligned with, they're like basically in body space. So any Y is an actual lift of the leg, and then X and Z is the translation. The ground translation. I do need the... Am I saying that? No, yeah, I'm just going up. I'm increasing my Y component up to the target. Yeah. I think I'm moving it towards the target plus that height. So it'll be moving from here to step target Y plus leg lift height. Yeah. And then it will be that, I guess. And then otherwise I move it to just that height. Okay. Is that cool. All right. Okay. Interesting. Oh. Very weird. Very weird. All right. Okay, let's see what it is trying to do and where I was wrong. All right, so we should be looking at probably the first leg. Index 0. Yep. This is the front left leg, though. Index 0 is the front left leg. Why does it not say it's left? Huh? Can I? What? Does it have to be accessed first for that to work? I don't... That's weird. Okay, whatever. I'm going to ignore the fact that is left is not true when it should be. Because the index is even, and so is left should be whatever. Current point. That seems... Okay, no, it's relative to the body, so that's right. Okay. Okay, so leg swing amount. I don't think this is ever correct. It says it's 1.0, but that's probably, it could just be not true. What? Oh, there it is, 1. Okay. Okay. So now we are relative to, or local target is relative to the attachment point. Yeah, okay. Current point is basically sitting on top of that. Why is it trying to take a step, though? I kind of don't understand that. Why does this decide to take a step? I don't think this should be deciding to take a step. I think it should be not taking a step. Why are you doing that in the first place? Not comfortable. Why? Distance squared to rest, target position. Ah, okay, this might be it. Right, okay, I get it. Target position is relative to this, so I guess I should say global transform multiplied by that. Or actually, just do this more simply. Global position. Okay, so it shouldn't be trying to take a step right away. Okay. I also realize the IK targets technically move. They shouldn't be moving like this. They should be trying to stay where they originally were. Yeah, right. I should only really be... yeah. Maybe what I say is... Oh, wow. How do I stop that from happening? Why do they move? Why do they move? Alright, let me see this. Let me see how this changes over time. I have target, position. So that's where it is right now. If I step forward, it has moved. It has moved slightly. It's not really desirable. This might be where I'm trying to get that, like, grounding thing in. So if the leg is grounded, maybe. I do have ground. Okay. So if the leg is grounded, I want to keep the target position. I want to try to keep it where I have it set to. And then I say if the distance gets too large, then I will follow. Or if I'm no longer grounded, then, or if I'm not grounded, then I'm just gonna track with wherever the bone is and try to correct from there. But if I'm grounded, I really want this target position to stay where it's at. So if we're not grounded, I'm just gonna follow it. Otherwise, try to maintain current position. So I guess what I say is I take whatever that difference is, and maybe I say, what's like an acceleration? I guess I could use deceleration. So if my deceleration is 8 meters per second, then I can track it back towards target position using that difference. So yeah, I think what I say is I take the old position. I'll just write it all out. This is like, okay. New position. And then I also think maybe it's like if we're grounded, we're stepping or we're moving, try to maintain our current position. I think that's what I should do. If I'm trying to fix this and do something with it, then I want to try to keep that position because it's going to change a little bit. So whatever that changes, then I want to. I'm trying to think about this. If I have a like a deceleration of, I'm trying to treat it as if it's like a friction kind of thing. Would that be? Okay, so it seems like this is a very high value. I wasn't really expecting that, but I'll go with it. So I can account for up to like pretty much deceleration times state step, which I guess actually in this case is more like so if the leg is like 12 centimeters from where I want it to be, I actually still kind of ignore that. Which I don't know, that seems like kind of a lot. I don't want it to differ too much though. Maybe I just say I move it back to it at a rate of like a meter per second. So this difference times the state step, the smaller value between that and this step. How do I do that? It'll be new position, move toward old position, at this rate, state step. I don't even need that. Okay, just say move towards. Yeah. Alright, so I'll see if this does it. This is enough. Yes, so it's my current target position, and when I step over, I should probably see the same number again. Yeah, looks like all the same numbers. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I realize what that's doing. I think what I mean to say is that if I'm grounded, I want to stay at that global point. Otherwise, if I'm stepping or moving, I want to stay at where I've told it to go. I'll do this first because I would like grounded to take over for that. There we go. Okay. I guess I can actually write it like this. Maybe that's better. That still has that weird thing that I'm seeing. I see like the whole like legs go into the ground, which is just wrong. Weird. So basically I expect the Y to increase a little bit as this goes. So instead of being like negative 0.9, it'll go to like negative 0.8 or something. So I guess I'll continue. Yeah, I think I just want to look at that. Weird. Why is it doing this? This is really silly. It's what? Like, doesn't have an input right now. How is it doing this? It shouldn't be able to be stepping like this because I don't have input. It should be locked out. It should be paused. Okay. I will just make it paused. Is it, what is it called? Is it input manager? How is it? What? It's paused. It's paused. It's paused. How is it doing this? Oh, wow. You know, I just hate it. I just hate everything that's happening right now. It's paused. Why is it ticking? Why is it ticking? It's paused. I just made it paused. I'm pausing the game. Oh, now it's actually paused. Okay. Air one. All right. I feel like that was just like fake world honesty for a minute. What do you bet is left is on? Nope. Okay. It still doesn't know that this is a left leg, which is crazy. Okay. So I guess we'll just look at it like this. I'll go remote. I'll look at target inspector so we can look at this. And I should see that Y tend towards 0 as I hit continue. Okay. Well, I think it just didn't save. I think that's what happened. It didn't actually save it. That's why it was being weird. Okay. The legs are immediately going straight into the ground. See it. Why are they not maintaining their global position? Why aren't they maintaining the global position? Do I have to tell it to update that? Oh, no. No, I get it. I need to actually save the last position this was at somehow. There's no returns, so what I can say is last target position as a global coordinate. Four. And then around here, nah. I can do it here. Setup. Right. Where is it? Here. So I want to maintain, if we're stepping or moving, I want to keep the relative position, which is just this. If we're at grounded, I want to keep that global position. So move it towards the last global. Otherwise, we're not trying to do anything, so just keep it basically set with the leg. And then target last global. I need to update this at the end of everything, basically. All right, now that looks good. Okay, the legs didn't sink into the ground. Okay, interesting. So strange. All right. Well, now I'll see what's happening here. All right. This leg wants to take a step. So what will it do? Why is step current a float of 0.349? It's funny. Okay, so current point is that. Sure. Yeah, sure. Next step target, I would expect to have the same Y value, Or I mean step target, but have the same Y value? It does. Okay. So now we have local target. Looks like that. And then I have current point, should look like very similar. Okay. The same Y coordinate, which is good. We're on flat ground, so it should be the same. And then I update step current to be that current point. And I'll look at what it looks like now. I scroll past. Right, it's at the top. Oh yeah, it's currently 0. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Angle, assigned angle. I expect this to be... I guess if I turn on debug, I could, like, predict it more. Maybe, like, 20 degrees? Maybe even less. Let's see. Okay, 0.024. That's really small. Okay, so we're taking a step at 1 degree. Sure. I mean, that's fine. I think essentially what's happened is, yeah, I'll turn on the debug so I can actually look at this and really see it. I'll debug the step targets. I'll show all of this. What? Oh. All right. That's a ridiculous point. But okay. That is a really ridiculous point. All right, so I'm going to assume that means the rise... I missed a multiplication. I guess not. Sure, whatever. Okay. Walk through it. Those looked good originally. So this is the front left leg. So judging by where it's trying to go, yeah, let's say this is probably like 1 degree. 1 degree seems correct there. Angle 0.14, it's even less now. Not even at a full degree. Sure. Okay, so what I will do is I take step current and I rotate it on this axis, the smaller value between the angle and this calculation. If I were to calculate that out, that's like 1 times pi times 0.5. Okay, so it's really close to like this. Okay. So yeah, this is gonna reach that hole. It should reach the target right away. There's no length change, I think. Oh no, the length should be getting a little bit longer, I think. But it looks like it should rotate step current to local target kind of right away, so these values should look really similar, or at least the direction should be the same. So both of these are less. I'm not really sure what that should look like. Okay, so it did a rotation. So did that get further away? It's the left leg relative to this point. So it's this line. So it got... Okay, yeah, that's wrong then. So it's rotated the wrong direction. Alright. Okay. So I'll need to rotate the other direction. That's just wrong. Yeah, this should have come out as like a negative angle, actually. Right? Okay. All right. See what that angle is. 0.035. It's close to 2 degrees, right? Spot on 2. Why does it have to be negative though? It's kind of annoying. Oh, right. There. All right. About the same thing. So step current. Look at it from the top, and the legs are coming forward like this. I would expect the X value to get closer to 0. Oh wait, that's actually weird. It's like stepping straight forward. Wait, what? Stepping backwards? It's going this way? What? No, that doesn't make sense. It says his leg is stepping backwards. It's coming closer to the body. This is closer to 0. What is step target? Whatever. Alright, but the length of this needs to be reduced. So should rotate to it. So I guess in this case the X will become more negative and this will become closer to this value. Okay, that didn't happen. What is happening? Why is it wrong? Why is it wrong? What? No. Just run it again. I don't know. That's like a weird thing that just happened. I don't understand that. That's so weird. Why did it go? Why is the leg stepping backwards? It's again. No, that's not right. That's not right. Why is it pulling backwards into the body? And the angle's definitely wrong too. I'm so confused. So that is right. I run that like that. I must have something wrong. That's just not right. It should be more negative on the z-axis. And it's reading less negative. Technically, multiplying it like this also, I think, is like the same as doing the inverse. A vector times a transform is doing the opposite. Vector times transform is equivalent to transform inverse times vector. Yeah. So I can just do that. Yeah, I'm gonna check this because this is just really weird. Okay. All right, looking at it from here. All right, where are we going? I'm gonna have to stop soon, sadly. I can copy. It's backwards. It's backwards. It's backwards. Okay. I mean, if it's backwards, all right. As long as it really is backwards. That's okay. As long as it's actually backwards, I'm actually okay with that. I don't understand how. I don't think that should be possible. I don't think it should be backwards. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take off. I'm just gonna see what happens right now. It's crazy. Why is it rolling towards me? It's so strange. It's spinning up. All right. That's it for today. Yep, that's it for today. I'll keep working on this. Hopefully hopefully the thing eating my brain cells is gonna, leave me alone soon, so I can actually do anything anymore. Because this is just... I'm looking at hieroglyphics from the moment I open the file, like every time. I don't... It takes way too much effort to even like comprehend a single line of code. And this is not hard stuff. I haven't written anything complicated. I'm just in like a mentally dead state right now. And I have been for like probably a week. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow though. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.